Hey, this is Justin with the Money Maven Project. In this video, we're going to talk about something that's been super helpful for me to analyze a lot of deals or a lot of leads in the least amount of time possible. So I work a full-time job during the day, 8 to 5, whatever, even sometimes into the evenings as I'm running appointments. So it's very hard for me to get in a lot of time to analyze deals, and it can be a time-consuming process. So Brandon Turner from Bigger Pockets always talks about having a process, having a funnel, right? Where you can bring leads in, analyze them, decide if it's a deal or not, make an offer, right? And if you just keep pushing leads in into the top of that funnel, spitting out offers at the bottom, you're going to eventually get a deal. So this isn't about how to analyze the deal, but about how to formulate a process around it. And you may do a variation of this, but this has been super helpful for me to save time and to analyze a lot of leads to see if they're deals that we want to make offers on. Now, so yeah, this again, it's all about using my time wisely. My limited time is better spent on the actual analysis of the deal and deciding on whether or not we want to make an offer. I don't want to spend time going to Rentometer to get the rent rates, going to either the MLS or the tax records and find out what the taxes are. Insurance, we kind of just put a placeholder in there based on the value of the home. So that one's kind of easy, but I don't want to spend my time doing that, plugging it into a calculator and then dropping it into a CRM or some kind of a database. I want to just analyze the deal and see if it's a deal, and if it is a deal, we make an offer. That's what I want to do. So again, and with a process like this, I can handle higher volume. So from everything that I've kind of studied, especially from Bigger Pockets and Brandon Turner, the books that I've read, right, you might make 10 offers to get one accepted, or maybe even more. And you might have to analyze 20 or 25 deals or more to get to that 10 offers. So you're going to have to be able to process high volume. If you're looking at a deal and if you're looking at a lead and analyzing one of those every night, you might never get to the volume you need to be offering at the volume we need to be offering at to get the deals you need. So as you know, we are offering for the BRRRR method or even the flip method to work. You've got to find deals. You've got to be able to buy them at a discounted rate. Often 70% of the equation is 70% of ARV minus rehab. So that's what we're looking for, and not every seller out there is going to be wanting to sell. They may not be distressed enough to sell at that price. We got to find those deals. That's what this is all about. And obviously, this is the part I like about real estate. I don't like hunting the data down and putting together the report. I want to make the deal. That's what's exciting to me. So, and it's just the best use of my time. So we'll run through this really quick. Right now in the market that I'm investing in, I'm finding all my leads on the MLS. Surprisingly, there's still a lot out there on the MLS in that market. Now, going forward, I want to start a direct mail campaign and I want to start getting leads from other sources. But right now it's the MLS. So this could be anything, right? This could be lead source in general. What I'm doing is either in the morning or in the evenings, I'm looking through the MLS. I've got my automated reports going to me to my email every morning or every day. When I have a second in the evening, I look at them and I find the ones that look like they can be a deal, right? They're under market value, they need some rehab, and they're priced appropriately. I'll grab that address and the link to the MLS or to Trulia or Redfin or wherever, and I'll send that to two places. I'm going to email it to my agent in that market, and I'm going to ask him to send me comps so I can determine ARV. I'm going to ask him to double check the rent. I might say, hey, I think this will rent for $1,000. What do you think? He'll help me out with that. My agent works inside of, as a broker inside of a property management company. So he's got access to rent rates for the markets and advice as to whether that's a good neighborhood or not. Super powerful there. And then he's obviously going to give me his opinion on the neighborhood, if that's a good neighborhood or not. So while he's doing that, right, and I might send that to him in the evening, well, he might not get to it till the next morning. While that's happening, I've also sent the lead, the address, and the link to my virtual assistant. So there's lots of different virtual assistant groups out there or companies out there, different rates. I won't go into that right now, but you can find one that's very affordable. I think I'm paying like $100 a month or something like that, $10 an hour. Some places I've seen them as much as $8 an hour. So just find the one that works for you. There's a lot of information about VAs in The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. It's a good book, and he goes into a lot of detail about picking a VA and how to use one. So anyway, virtual assistant. So when he gets that lead from me, his job is to go to Rentometer, figure out what the rates are, the rent rates are. He'll look at either the MLS listing or the Trulia listing. Usually that has the taxes on it. Sometimes he'll double check with the county records, figure out the taxes. I just know that for insurance I'm 40 or $50 a month. That's just with the value of the homes that we're purchasing. I know I'm about $40 a month. And then I'm going to tell him what I think rehab will be. Usually I'm estimating in between $15,000 and $20,000. And then I'll tell him what I think the ARV is going to be based off just experience in that market. Now those two numbers are going to get double checked later, right? The agent's going to send me an ARV or some comps to double check that number, and I'll be having a contractor go through that property for a rehab estimate once we get it under contract. So the VA grabs all that information, and then he's got my login to the Bigger Pockets calculators. He goes in there, drops all that data in. It's like a 3-page report. You can PDF it, everything. It tells me cash on cash, ROI, monthly cash flow. It's got the amortization schedule. Everything's in there. Like, it's a phenomenal report. He drops a picture in with the description of the property. Everything's in there in that report. Then he'll take that lead and he'll enter it into my CRM. So I use HubSpot.com. There's a bunch of them out there. This one's free. The basic version is free. Super simple. He drops all that data in there. So now I've got the address, the link to the listing, the link to the report in the BP calculators, and I've got, asking price, ARV, the rent, cash flow, everything's right there. So I can literally pull up my phone, which is now recording me, can't grab it, but I can pull up my phone or my iPad. I can go to HubSpot and I can look at the lead that's been completed. I can say, all right, look, here's the asking price, here's the cash flow on that deal. That looks like a pretty decent deal. I can then click the link that'll throw me over to the calculators. I can look at the full report there, maybe play around, maybe I want to adjust the ARV or the rent based off of what I've got from the agent and fine tune those numbers, right? Once I've done that, I'll complete my analysis. Does it meet the criteria that I have for a deal or not a deal? If it's a deal, I make an offer and we rock and roll. So I'll send that back over to the agent and say, all right, let's make an offer at this price. Now we always offer, we make offers with an inspection contingency. So if we get it in contract, I can always back out. If I find that the foundation's got problems or the roof is caving in, catastrophic stuff, I can always back out without much harm. So that's important. Make those offers with an inspection contingency. Once we get it in contract, we get a home inspection, we get the contractor in there for a full bid to double check that this assumption number here is accurate and that the numbers and the deal still works. If it works, we move forward. If not, we back out. So that's my deal analysis process, right? Not the numbers and math of a deal analysis, but just how I flow, how I bring leads in the top and spit them out the bottom, either as a no deal or a deal. Hopefully that helps. Ask questions in the comments. Like I said, you might use a variation of this. Maybe it's not a virtual assistant. Maybe it's a partner. Maybe it's a spouse or somebody that can do that for you while you're at your full-time job. But this has been super helpful. I wake up every morning. I've got some deals to now analyze that I can look at really quick, and then send the ones that I want to make offers on over to my agent. So again, that's been super helpful. Let me know what you think of the process. If you have tips or if you have questions, I'm happy to help out. Thanks.